right, so there I go again. Basically, not ready yet. I really should have done like a sound check. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully that's okay. I feel like I hear an echo, and that is not good. Hmm. Um, okay, that may be better, hopefully. Or maybe because it's clean in here now, there's more of an echo. I can't tell. I'll find out when it's too late. So, hey everyone, welcome back to Slow Sewing Sundays. I feel like this is an extra special Sunday, not because so much that I cleaned up my space today, but mostly because tomorrow is a holiday. So, this is just feeling a little extra special. This tea is like hitting a little extra good. But any tea with hibiscus is always amazing. Um, I don't know if you can see that glowing light back there. Let me turn off the light just for ambiance just for a second. All right. So, I mean, look, honestly, the microphone is kind of amazing in itself because it, does all these light show dance stuff, but like this is actually something that my mom got me. It's an aromatherapy like mister thing. So basically, it has a basin in there where you put water in it, and then it came with all these awesome like essential oils. So it has like, lavender. Right now I'm rocking jasmine. But it has like a bunch, in the kind of herbal, floral realm, which is actually probably my favorite, space. And then it has some like more of your foodie type stuff. So I think there's like, if you want notes of watermelon or something like that. But you can also change the color. So that's also what I've been playing with today. She literally probably got this for me well over a year ago. But again, so just to catch anybody up to speed, not like anybody cares. The space that I'm in, that I've always kind of called my sewing room, especially like on this channel, has also been shared with my work at home situation, which working from home is, I think, amazing. However, unfortunately, it just doesn't really work all that well for me. I was really having an issue with boundaries. For me, having the ability to work at home is super convenient, but what happens is, for me, I can't shut off work really well just because like all of my stuff is here. So I feel like, oh, it could be like late at night and I'm just like, like, let me just go ahead, and I'm sure whatever it is updated, or I'm sure, I'm like, oh, I did, I couldn't figure it out earlier, but now I think I know what I need to do. So maybe I should just go, whatever. But I've been going into the office, which luckily most people don't go there, so it's quiet there. Um, I can just go in the morning, and it also gets me out of the house. But oh yeah, it gets me out of the house, and I feel like I begin my day there, my work day, and I end my work day there. So by the time I bring my laptop back home, it's just in the bag. It's packed up. It's ready to go for the next day. But you know, I'm not doing where I eat. You know what I mean? If you get my drift. So yeah. Um, yes. So anyway, that move alone has inspired me to like take back my space. Um, and so now I still have like a computer desk area, but I was trying to, in the old layout, trying to make sure that they were my sewing desk and my work desk was like super far apart. I didn't want them to like cross over and meet. But that's just really hard. It was just really hard for me being in the same space. And honestly, after being in this space at work for like 8+ hours a day, I did not want to come back in here and like start doing like, I just wanted to get out of this room. So now I have basically put my computer, because I'm not using my work computer. So my extra monitor with my laptop, whenever I feel like using it for my own personal stuff and my sewing stuff, now they are next to each other. Um, I think I will show you that little situation mm, shortly, but yeah, I've basically rearranged this space. So this is the usual view that you see for the most part. But I had this bookshelf on the other side. Now it's behind me. I think also too, it's just kind of nice to have on this side. I'm getting used to it. I've literally just spent the whole weekend, like yesterday and today, getting it all together. So in lieu of sewing, whew, it was hot and then it went down my throat. And I was trying not to panic on camera. But yeah, so yeah, okay, I'll turn the light back on. But yeah, also shout out to my mom. Another perk of actually like cleaning up my room and reorganizing my space, I found this shirt again. My mom has extremely fantastic like painting skills. So she painted this shirt for me. It's a picture of me. I forgot the Burnside bibs. It's a photo I took. And she took that photo and then she painted it with acrylics directly on a shirt. But this is one of those shirts that it's like, oh, this is special to me. I really love this. I'm gonna put it in a place that's, you know, for keepsakes, and put it in a place that I will remember. And I never remembered. And then now that I've been going through stuff, I saw it and I was like, hey, I'm gonna wear it today. Thank you. You love my t-shirt. Thank you. I wonder why. My mom's in the comments, okay? You're very biased. I'm calling you out. But thank you, Mama, for the shirt. So yeah. So actually, all the things from my mama today. The shirt. She got me the aromatherapy thing. And actually, since you're here, Mama, you'll be happy to know I finally got the. She got a little Fuji. It's like a Fujifilm printer, so you can like any photos and stuff on your phone. You can like basically print them out like a Polaroid wirelessly. So I finally took it out of the box, and yeah. So I'm gonna get it up and running, but I'm getting it together. See, my life is already improving now that my work is outside. Any of you that could do work from home, oh, I'm so jealous, but it's not for me. So anywho, enough of all that stuff. Since I keep talking about my room, my man. Um, this is probably not going to go well, but I'm going to try my best to kind of give you a view of the room. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Cause see, also too, like I know I'm gonna want to talk about it, but I need to be by the mic because I am a soft-spoken person. But we'll see what happens. All right. Technical difficulties, just hold for one moment. I'm trying to basically at this point, my phone is also connected as a camera. Um, so let me see how well I'll be able to do this. All right, it's gonna get weird, but let's just go. So let me orient you correctly. All right, so that clearly is where you come in and out of the room. But this is what you saw. Oh man, this is not gonna be easy to do. So you come in, immediately on your right, it's this bookcase situation, which is super cute. So this is where before I had one of my sewing machines, and on this wall I had my other sewing machine, but I now have just my little Janome serger. Okay. Yeah. So this table, actually, the tabletop like folds over and extends out, and this door swings open, and it provides like basically a support for the top. So if I need more room, I can definitely do that. Those are just some PDF, rolled up PDF patterns that I have yet to use, but they're already printed out, that I printed from a print shop. So I'm not really sure if like, if I'm going to keep it like that or whatever, but whatever. My other little sewing machine is actually down in here. I'm kind of trying to make sure that my exercise space still stays present in here, because like I don't always exercise, but I at least want it to be like visible in the room. All right. That is that elephant is like a watering can. Window. And so now this is where my desk is. Yeah. So I put it on this side now. And I just think it'll be a nice change up. And sometimes I feel like I'll orient the camera the other way so you see me like in front of my sewing machine. But originally I have a project that I'm working on the right hand side where you see like the pattern paper by the sewing machine. But originally I had my serger over there. Now the serger is here. Maybe I just make this like my serger station. Hopefully y'all aren't like getting seasick or anything. Yeah, but I like the idea of like having a little space on the left hand side of the machine, just so I can like really work with the fabric. So I feel like I'm no longer like jammed in the corner anymore. I feel like I have a little more space and more room, because originally like this is kind of where my my computer was for my work at home stuff. So it was like kind of taking this spot. So now I know y'all, it's a really big monitor. But this is my I'm trying to just like not move from the space, because again, I'm trying to like be audible. But so yeah, it's a huge monitor. There's no computer there now because I have the laptop as one of my cameras. But so now I can just work on my own stuff. And yeah, so I'm so excited about that. Swing around is the closet. I'm not using that right now, obviously, because it's right there, but it's like a studio light that's normally not going to be there. So you just pretend that's not there. And then, because my fabric that you see in the corner now used to be basically in the corner where my computer is now at this moment. But I kind of shoved it over in the other corner because we're basically right to the start with the door. But yeah, the fabric is over there. So, and what you're not seeing is this is like the computer setup right now that I'm doing, because in the middle of the room is kind of always this table, but I have one of the eaves drop down on this side because it extends out. But actually the space that's in between the sewing table and where the computer is, I can basically also drop this side down. Then it'll be just this width, and I can just like move it in between there or somewhere else. So yeah, um, as much stuff as there is, like I pretty much like have everything on the perimeter. So like because I do want to like do my exercise stuff, dun dun dun, like my yoga mat. I forgot what this is, but you, I forgot what you call this. I think it's called the feet up, but you can like do yoga inversions and stuff. And this is, I haven't used any of this in a good long time. This is my hula hoop that's weighted like maybe 3 pounds. Anyway, but like I can move this table out of the way, fold it up, move it out of the way, and then I just have all of this space in the middle. So I think it's a good setup. All right. So we're back. We're back to me. But I hope that kind of gave a, kind of decent overview of what's going on in the space. I'm really happy with it. Honestly, like I kind of have like also like sewing projects that I would kind of like to do. Um, I don't know why I'm drinking them so fast. I have other like, sewing related things I would like to do, and then just sometimes I like to like look at YouTube or just do other things. So, personal wise, um, so yeah, I'm super excited. Oh, I didn't show you, but where my sewing machine is now, underneath I have a printer. So if I do choose to print out some PDF patterns, because I do have some of those, um, yeah, I got a laser printer. I would never go back to an inkjet. The laser printer is usually like, in your regular offices, how they just be like spitting out sheets. Um, it's wonderful because it just prints out so quickly for PDF patterns. So anyway, that's there. So that's what I mean. Like I could just hop between my personal computer and my sewing space. And then again, like having just like a little breathing room between like the serger and my primary machine. Yeah. Mm. I'll be honest, I was gonna also go through like like a little bit of a haul, I guess. Last year, mm, when was this? Probably like, maybe it was like Black Friday. I feel like maybe it was before that, but Joann's, as always, always have a sale. And I had the bright idea, because I always have ideas, that maybe I'll like try to start up sewing, teaching people how to sew again. I started trying to do that actually a little before the pandemic, and it was going pretty well. I was doing free classes at first just because I wanted to like feel it out and see how it's going, and doing like one-on-one. And the whole idea was that like it could be really expensive to like rent out a place just to do that. So my local library, they had like private rooms. As long as I wasn't charging anybody, I could use the space for free. Um, It was also too, I wasn't comfortable bringing anybody in the house. This was even like COVID wasn't a thing. I just didn't want to bring strangers to my house. But also too, I didn't want to go to strangers' house either. So I just felt like this was a perfect middle ground. No stranger danger. We're in a public setting, but if you want to learn how to sew, then hey, and my criteria was you have to have a sewing machine, and you need to let me know like what kind it is before you come in, just so I'm aware of like what I'm dealing with, and for the most part it needs to be in good working order as far as So I ended up like doing 3 sessions. I had advertised it basically on Nextdoor, and I didn't really feel like I was breaking any like rules or anything because I wasn't selling anything. I was just literally like, it was beta testing. I was like, hey, just trying this out. I know how to sew. I would like to teach people. You don't have to be a complete beginner. Even if you are working on a project, like I'll help you through it. And which I was a little nervous about because I can't, I don't sew everything. But it turned out really, really great. Um, and I kind of had like if it was somebody that was like complete beginner, out of 3 people, I had one person that was a complete beginner. It was a mom, and I think she was trying to see if like this would be something that she'd want her daughter to do. But I had kind of come up with like a quick curriculum because I think we only met for like 2 hours. But in that time, I can show you like how to thread your machine, how to get it started, and we can do like a quick little like drawstring bag or something like that. Just little, like not anything. But what I did was I like prepped the fabric beforehand. So like I cut it down to size because nobody has time to, here give, you know, and I had provided the fabric. Um, so that turned out really great. And she really wanted me to teach her daughter, blah, blah, blah. But she wanted me to come over because people were really having a hard time with like bringing their machine. And I'm thinking like, um, this is a free class, okay? Like I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. All I'm asking you is to bring a machine. I was supposed to actually have like more students than that, but like I think, yeah, I went back and forth with this one lady because she was just like, please just come to my house. I don't want to bring my machine. I'm like, well, I'm bringing mine too. But whatever. Mm. There was another guy at the time. He was extremely grateful for like the lesson because we found out that there was like something. He had a bit of an issue with he had a brother sewing machine. And I had brought my brother sewing machine too at the time. Um, and so, but I was able to show him some things because he was trying to sell some things, create and sell some things because he had lost his job. So I just felt really, and it's very convenient that this library is like right across the street from like a brother sewing vac. So he was able to get his, um, like right after we finished our lesson, we went across the street. They were able to like check it out for like, it was only going to cost them like $20. So success. And then probably my favorite, cause I just thought it was a really sweet story. Um, young, young girl, probably, or young woman. She was probably like in college, and she had started a shirt, and I think it was she had an older machine. Her grandmother had taught her how to sew, but her grandmother had since passed, and they were working on a T-shirt together. But I think it was a button-down shirt. Excuse me. Something had buttons, and this is when I realized I was like, you know what? I think I know more than I think I know. You know, and I think we all kind of just don't give ourselves enough credit for things. And so the reason I say this is because um, she was a little perplexed or a little confused on like, how do I make buttons, because I don't have a buttonhole like thing on her. And I knew it because she, you know, like a good person, she told me what kind of sewing machine she had. I looked it up and it did not have that function. And I was like, well, actually, but you have a zigzag stitch. So we can create, we started like marking up together where, the buttonhole should be. Like, I asked her to put it on, and then, we just kind of marked out where the buttons should go. And then I told her on practice fabric, we should just go ahead and, do a couple. But, this is how a buttonhole looks. It's just, like basically a tight zigzag, a longer, one going back and forth, and then another tight zigzag, and then, that same stitch going back and forth. And in my mind, I was like, I've never done that before, because I have always used, a button, thing, a button maker thing. But it worked out so well, and she was so excited, and I was just so excited for her, because I just felt like she was just really excited that like she was able to continue with the project, because and I think a lot of it was just really sentimental. And so the fact that she was able to complete it on her own and know she could, it just really made me feel good. So those are just really 3 really great stories. I only had 3 classes. And then literally like right after that, right after the last woman, the woman that was like, oh, please, come, to my daughter, to my house. And I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to. And I was like, I'll see her, whatever. But it was like right after that. So this must have been like mid-March 2020. Because right after that, they were like, everything was shutting down because of COVID. So, all that stopped. So I'm saying all of that to say, I feel like I've kind of gotten that itch again. At least that's what prompted, having creating like a big haul from Joanne. I ended up getting 2 machines, some Janome Sew Home, Easy Sew, something like that. They're the Janome machines that you can get they're all metal. They usually run about like $100. It's no drop-in bobbin. It's a front-loading bobbin. But they seem like really solid machines. And so, and they're the ones that like come in either like an aqua color, a pink, and a blue. And they also have like a lilac color. So I got the lilac on the aqua, because I just felt like if I was going to be teaching somebody, it would just like make them a little extra excited if like, it was like kind of colorful. But yeah, so I did that. And then I also ended up getting all these notions. Again, it was a pretty good sale, but like, come on. Yeah. And I got 2 sets of everything. Let me just start showing you some stuff, because who am I kidding? Okay. So first of all, I also forgot, because literally when I was like cleaning up last night, all the stuff that like came in, I hadn't even opened the packages because I knew what they were. And I'm like, I have all these things. And the reason why I was like, okay, if I'm going to be teaching these folks, I don't want people to be using my good scissors or my this, my that. I bought stuff where it was like, okay, you have your own things, you have your own tools that you don't need to bring. I'm supplying like a sewing machine you can use and like all the notions that you'll need. or not notions, all the little tools and stuff that you'll need. And probably then some actually, because, as you know, like when you sew, a lot of times you don't really need like all the things. So anyway, I also got this. This is like a stackable deal. But it's so funny. So when I opened up everything, I was like, man, I forgot I bought all this stuff. But like everything I got was able to fit in here perfectly. So I was like, this is awesome. Props to me. Um, so let's just go through it real quick. Why the heck not? We're already here. We already have our tea. Mm. So these can open independently. They're stackums. So taking the lid off. I got maybe I should show this on the desktop on the workspace. Okay. All right. All right. So first thing I got, you know, got the good stuff. Got, some Gutermann threads. Obviously very important. Pin cushions. These aren't necessary, but I love them. So these are, because I have one myself. These are the Clover roll and press little seam rollers. So basically, when you create a seam and then you have to butterfly or like press the seam open, usually with an iron. Usually when I was teaching in class, like sure, I totally could have. Hold on, let me. Okay, I feel like if I'm not like looking at you, then it's like I'm not really talking to you. So I could have totally probably like taken my little itty bitty iron, but I think I just didn't want to worry about an iron, you know? So this is great because, too, when people are learning how to sew, I like to use cotton, and this is extremely effective on cotton, especially like a lighter cotton, like a quilting cotton. It presses the seams open so nicely. So, and that's fantastic just because, like, you could just do it at your seat. You don't have to worry about, getting up, heating an iron, all that type of stuff. And so I recommend this. And I definitely, got this like for my peeps. Um, of course, a seam ripper, but these are like freaking nice. But I love honestly, like I hate to be that person with like some kind of I feel like Clover's name brand and I just really appreciate their stuff. But yeah, so this is a Clover seam ripper, and I'm like, I may have to steal one of these for myself. Um, I got a pack of, fabric marking pencils. Nothing fancy. I personally always use like I just use like a regular pen myself, but I think people get a little weird about that. So let's see, machine wash cold. Um, anyway, so I think it can be easily removed, which is like the whole point. But yeah. Um, I mean, it's a tape measure. Oh, and I got these. This is a hummingbird needle threader. I just thought it looked cute, but apparently I'd have to figure out how to like I just thought they were cute. I know some people have issues, especially I think when they're first starting, um, just putting the thread through the needle, whether it be on the machine or like, just a regular needle. So I was like, I think this will be cute. I don't know what it is. It's something about if stuff is cute too. It's already fun to just have all these gadgets and stuff. Cause like even my mom will be like, I'm not even into sewing like that, but like looking at like all of your gadgets and stuff, like makes her excited about sewing. I know she's not gonna do it, but pins because we always need pins. So I got the like pearl ones, and then I also got these easy grip ones, which I thought was a cool idea. I haven't used these, but I have seen them, and depending on who you're working with, they really may have a preference, or maybe easier, or whatever. Um, Seam gauge, just a necessity. It doesn't even matter what brand. Um, Sorted needles, you know, just basic stuff. All the plastic bobbins because this is for Janome specifically. But if I got Janome machines, I need to get their bobbins. Um, yeah, and then I need to get myself another pair of these. But yeah, just little scissors for little snips and stuff, and then I got you know just some Fiskars 2-in-1 um, sewing scissors. So that's what's on the top, and everything somehow just fit super well. And so with all of this stuff, wait, where's the? Well, like I'm missing something, but that's okay. It'll turn up later. Now that my room is clean, I can find things again. But as far as like a first project, I figured that the that it would be really helpful to like create a tote bag. But not just any tote bag, like a one for groceries, like a reusable grocery bag. And the thing is, like where I live, in DC, a lot of the areas, like you can walk around. You can walk. A lot of people will just walk to a grocery store, and unlike good old Texas, whenever you would get bags like for your groceries in Texas, unless you go to Aldi's, I think it's different. But like they don't care how many plastic bags you get. You know what I mean? Like they're all free. But here, whenever you get bags, a lot of people will also use some reusable bags because they charge you 5 cents for every plastic bag you use. So I religiously use reusable grocery bags. Saying all that to say, I've showed it before. Let me not show myself. So I've shown it before, but it's fine. I'm not going to show you here. But I've basically come up with my own pattern, well, at least to the dimensions that I like for like a grocery bag. So whenever I would teach somebody, I would just go ahead and actually like, again, cut out all the pieces because that's just one less thing, you just want to, because it's not about, when you're doing a class, it's not about like cutting everything out. It's about like trying to put it together. So I found some fabrics that were like super cheap. And it's a 2-yard minimum when you buy fabric online from Joann. So I just thought these were like super cute. And I don't remember anymore. But I can't remember if I was going to like bother with a lining. Maybe not. I think I was just going to like just like go over like French seams actually, just so like they're confident that like, hey, I can throw this in the wash, or like, hey, I made something that's like, really nice. So I really loved this fabric. Just a bunch of people's. But I think that would be a good fabric. Just regular polka dots. This is also another cheapie. And then yellow polka dots. But, again, I'm so amazed that everything was able to fit together. I probably don't even have to use this plastic bag anymore, but whatever. This is the bag that stuff came in. It's funny because when I ordered stuff off of Joann, child, there were so many different like you would think this would like come in maybe like one shipment, maybe two, max three. No, not so much. There was a box that came. There was like a big box that came because it had to like have this in it. Then I swear to God, there were like a good 9 shipments, and I was like, what is going on? Yeah. But yeah, so that is my haul that I said I wasn't gonna go through, but here we are. Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to like really play with this like new setup because this is extremely new. Like right before I got on here, like I had kind of just finished. Okay. And I feel like I'm getting some threatening messages. Like something's overloaded on my computer. So anyway, I think this is a good stopping point. But yeah, your girl is happy. You know what I mean? I am reclaiming my sewing life again. And it feels good, dang it. It feels really good. So, and then tomorrow I'll be able to work on stuff that I want to because I don't have to go in there tomorrow. So, what a good Sunday. So anyway, I hope you all are doing really well. I hope everybody that is watching also has tomorrow off. And take care. See you next Sunday. And as always, happy sewing. All right. Bye, guys.